You know, it was a myth until my case.
So the Hip Hop Task Force would?
The Hip Hop Task Force was created to watch Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy, to watch the artists that was connected with P. Diddy. And then it just, what they were doing was profiling black people that were making money in the music industry, even if they wasn't committing any crimes. A lot of times people say, you're a conspiracy theorist, you watch too many movies or something like that, you know? But a lot of stuff I was learning was very real.
And you, what's the science? What's today's mathematics?
Yeah, by the way, this isn't even my chain. I stole it from somebody. Yeah, I'll tell y'all who got off camera.
You stealing chains now? Is it a world star?
Not really stealing.
Does it mean anything to you though?
Learning that the African diet, the black man's diet.
Bring it on. What is it? Tell me about it.
You know, first of all, you know, blacks, we have carbon in our bodies, which makes our skin brown. They like to call it melanin. It's another name they use for it. Because we have a connection with the sun that other cultures don't have.
So what should we eat?
Our diet needs to be more plant-based.
Katt Williams just exposed something that many dismissed as mere paranoia. He confirmed exactly what Prodigy had been warning us about before his sudden and mysterious death by choking. Prodigy wasn't just ranting in his final days. He was raising serious alarms, not about music feuds, but about sinister industry rituals. In the days leading up to his death, Prodigy was revealing much more than behind-the-scenes drama. He was exposing disturbing truths about secret societies and the exploitation of young people, things far removed from music. During what turned out to be his last interview, his voice carried a sense of urgency, not fear. He clearly stated that nothing could stop what was already unfolding. Then, just like that, he was gone, and now, Katt Williams has come forward and confirmed it all.
Without going too far, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be preachy. I don't want my music to be that. But I want to throw that in there a little bit. Because the most important audience, to me, is the people that are struggling, my people that are struggling, and they're lost in it.
The official media report on Prodigy's death claimed he choked on a boiled egg, but that never sat right with people. Yes, he had anemia, but strangely, the autopsy didn't even mention it. It focused solely on the egg. That explanation didn't add up, so his family filed a lawsuit against Spring Valley Medical Center in Vegas, accusing them of mishandling his care. They claimed the hospital didn't manage his IV properly or monitor his oxygen the way doctors instructed. That's when people began to wonder, was this really just a mistake? Or was there something deeper going on? When you trace Prodigy's timeline, his tweets, interviews, even that lawsuit, it starts to seem like more than just medical negligence. It feels intentional. And now, with Katt Williams echoing the same concerns years later, it's even harder to dismiss. Going back to the 90s, long before the word Illuminati was trending, Prodigy was already rapping about it. On LL Cool J's I Shot Ya remix in 1995, he said, "Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society trying to keep their eye on me." That was way before Twitter and YouTube conspiracy channels. He was ahead of his time, not seeking shock, but trying to wake people up. Then, in 2008, he dropped Illuminati and held nothing back, saying the conspiracy was real and warning they wanted him in a padded room. While in prison in 2007, he even wrote an open letter accusing Jay-Z of knowing the truth but choosing the other side. Prodigy claimed Jay, Havoc, and Diddy were all aware of the industry's dark side, but stayed quiet to protect their place in the corporate world, accusing Jay of promoting the Beast's lifestyle instead of using his influence to speak the truth.
Man, one of the things you were talking about a lot while you were in prison was a lot of the conspiracy theory stuff, Illuminati stuff. Do you still believe that?
Yeah, it's real.
Talk to me about, because I remember, can we bring this up real quick? It's just it's from your letter. I'm going to read it. It says, "The exact moment in time when I discovered the entire planet was being lied to and was put upon a spell to keep us unaware of it was back in 1996, around the time Biggie got locked up for the tech in his house. And then there was something else here that I thought was interesting. You said Jay-Z knows the truth, but he chose sides with evil in order to be accepted in the corporate. Jay-Z conceals the truth from the black community and promotes the lifestyle of the beast instead.
And if that wasn't enough, Prodigy made it clear he would keep fighting back, vowing to expose every evil force out there until his very last breath. Hearing that now, it hits differently.
What's the science? What's today's mathematics?
Yeah.
All day long.
By the way, this isn't even my chain. I stole it from somebody. Yeah, I tell y'all who got off camera.
You stealing chains now? Is you a world star?
Not really stealing.
Does it mean anything to you though?
Yeah.
Even though Prodigy later clarified in interviews that he didn't believe every rapper was involved with the Illuminati, he never retracted his larger claim that the Illuminati was real and functioning openly. He remained convinced that music was being used to shape how people move, think, eat, and live. He described it as a vast network: government, religion, banks, and yes, hip-hop.
A lot of people, there's a lot of talk of Illuminati, like that there's certain rappers in the Illuminati, you know, Jay-Z, Kanye, and so. Do you believe that there are rappers in the Illuminati?
Nah.
You don't believe that? Okay. So how do you see sort of the role of these conspiracy theories play? Like how is the black community being controlled through that stuff?
Just through food, the environment, medication, branding. It's a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of, you can go down the whole line. It's a whole web network of things, you know what I mean? That's what I believe, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. People are definitely being manipulated, you know what I mean? It's a business.
And what can you do as an artist, what can we do as media to change that?
We could, just be rebellious and speak about it.
Yeah.
That brings us back to Katt Williams. When Kanye West mentioned Prodigy's death in an interview with Candace Owens, it sparked a new wave of curiosity. Kanye said he never believed Prodigy died from choking on an egg.
And now, I talked to Noriega this morning, he was like, okay, I realized this. I realized that I really don't feel Prodigy died from choking on an egg.
Candace looked confused at first, but then showed a clip of Prodigy discussing the dark things happening behind the scenes. In that clip, Prodigy didn't hold back. He spoke openly about ritualistic and disturbing practices involving young people. He said they were performing satanic rituals and using youth for these secret agendas.
Yeah, they doing all this ritualistic murder and rituals on little, they molesting little kids, doing satanic sex rituals. Like, this stuff is really going on in this world. Like, on 9/11, you know what I mean? What they did was they killed 20 birds with one stone. You know what I'm saying? That's how I like to say it. You know what I mean? Because they changed all kinds of laws. They changed all kinds of they changed people's mentality, the way they look at the world. They pulled off one of the biggest ritualistic murders, you know what I mean? That ever happened, you know what I mean? Live for the whole world to see.
That's the kind of statement that either makes you roll your eyes or start searching for proof. And Katt didn't take it lightly. He stood firmly behind it.
Learning that the African diet, the black man's diet.
Bring it on. What is it? Tell me about it.
First of all, blacks, we have carbon in our body. This is what makes our skin brown. Okay. They like to call it melanin. It's another name they use for it. Because we have a connection with the sun that other cultures don't have.
So what should we eat?
Our diet needs to be more plant-based.
And what's wild is that media outlets began reporting YouTube had taken it down. And it wasn't just the video. Candace Owens even got a 1-week suspension. That right there made it clear someone didn't want that information out in the open.
Like I said, he then mysteriously choked on an egg. Maybe the first person in human history to have choked on an egg in some capacity after speaking out about the Illuminati.
And it's not like Prodigy just spoke once and vanished. He'd been tweeting for years, sharing links, books, and resources for people to piece things together. Back in 2014, he tweeted about a report on alleged voodoo rituals targeting young people overseas. In his own words, "I told y'all emperors they doing X rituals on kids. Dumb people need to wake the F up." Now think about it. A man who spent his career connecting dots, dropping clues, and speaking boldly on heavy topics suddenly dies from a so-called egg incident, and that's all they want us to accept. Especially after he released his final album, Hegelian Dialectic, The Book of Revelation, just 5 months before his death, an album focused on hidden agendas, control, and secret societies. He was also reportedly working on a stage production to explain things further. Much of what he spoke about lined up with other artists who later raised concerns about Diddy, including DMX and 50 Cent.
Now, you got issues with the industry. What's going down with the industry, dog?
The industry is full of a bunch of dick-sucking, dick-riding, bending over the desk-ass niggas, straight up like that. Whoever don't like it, bring it, nigga. Bring it. I don't give a fuck. Bring it. Bring it, bitch.
They got this new breed of rapper that's paying DJs to play their shit.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? They sucking the record label executives' dicks, and it's like there's too much of that going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me be me. Let me be the artist that I am and just play my motherfucking music. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now they want you all up under this, you know, sitting at going to dinner with them and shit like that, and you know, all that favor for a favor shit. I don't get down like that. Look, I give you the music, you give my money. That's it.
A lot of the love I had for wanting to be a part of the industry is not there anymore. I don't even associate myself with the industry, you know what I'm saying?
And when Katt Williams recently spoke out about rituals, secrets, and manipulation, it didn't feel new. It sounded like an echo, a continuation of what Prodigy began. At this point, it's hard to call it coincidence. According to several sources close to the matter, Katt believes Prodigy wasn't just ranting, he was exposing the truth, and he paid the price. One user said, "I never saw these Prodigy interviews before. Wow, he made sense with a lot of this stuff. And it's clear now." Another added, "Even after his death, his message remains so strong and relevant today." So what do you think about all this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're watching it unfold in real time. If you're here for unfiltered facts and real talk, hit that like, subscribe, and check out the next video waiting for you.